Beijing South Railway Station is the largest railway station in China. Extending from the northern gate of station is Xingfu Road, which means the Road of Happiness. However, in the north of the Road of Happiness reside a group of unhappy people coming from different parts of the country. They are called petitioners. Petition, also called letters and calls, is the administrative system in China. Under the system, State Bureau for Petition and local bureaus for petition are commissioned to receive letters, calls, and visits from individuals on suggestions, complaints, and grievances. The reason why some petitioners stay here is that this place is just 2 kilometers away from the State Bureau for Petition. Some of them stay here even for several years. Why do they come to Beijing? Why do they spend several years here? And what are they petitioning for? Near the State Bureau for Petition, I met a disabled petitioner called Cui Weiguo. He comes from Daqing City, the Heilongjiang province. At midnight of April 30, 2010, a flock of men broke into his house and forcibly dragged Cui and all his families out. Following that, the house of Cui, which they lived for 30 years, was forcibly pulled down and the ground was flattened. After many fruitless negotiations with local government, Cui had to travel to Beijing for petition on his motorcycle.
我到北京待着，我还能看着点光明。在我们地方，我看不到光明。说句实在话，3000多华里，1600-1700、1800公里，我3天3夜，几乎就是不休息，吃饭就是休息，上厕所就是休息，开到后半夜2、3点钟。 只是睡了一个2个到3个小时，早上吃点早点就走了，买了一天够的喝的水东西，几乎全在车上。
In fact, Cui is just one of many petitioners in Beijing, most of who are from remote areas in China. They assemble at the State Bureau for Petition day after day, just waiting for reception or reply. I met an old couple from Taizhou, Shandong province near the bureau. Their son was beaten to mental disorder by local bullies who refused to make any compensation. As the couple didn't know any law, they had to complain to local bureau and government departments. However, these departments simply ignored them.
现在逼着我没法了。这个几年当中，我从省高院、省信访、省人大，下边是泰安市公院、泰安人大、泰安中级人民法院。 我是一步一步的上下走的，信发出来当地不管用。
The reason why Cui Weiguo came to Beijing is similar to this old man's.
各个相关部门我几乎全找到了，残联说的让我找住房保障部，你们没有房子找住房保障部，住房保障部说你找残联呼吁。
As local government and authorities try to find excuses for themselves and pay little attention to people's complaints. Beijing, the center of politics, where the National State Bureau for Petition is located, becomes their final chance to seek for justice and fairness. As the Bureau only receives no more than 5 visitors in one working day, most petitioners cannot have a quick reception in reply from government. But as this is their last hope, many petitioners have to stay for years in Beijing just for a reply.
那你来北京几个月了？
几个月都20多年了，快30年了。
Though realizing that this is a hard way, Cui still insists on petitioning.
我在上访道路上走，我认识到这一点：世上的上访人不是我一个，受苦受难不是我一人，所以我要坚持到底。我那天我跟你们说了。 只要天安门广场每天升起的5星红旗是红的，我就要坚持到。我到北京待着，我还能看着点光明。看到了光明，并不等于我感到了温暖。
Finally, one day, Cui received a letter from the bureau. However, this reply was more hopeless for Cui.
国家信访局给了我回信，就是说让当地解决，就像是别人把我家的孩子给杀了，我去找杀人犯论理论，我能论出道理吗？我能不能有论出道理来？对不对？ 我是回答你解决。他政府拆的我的房子，我打他能给我来理论的，能讲出理论了吗
But at least Cui had an official reply from the government. More petitioners didn't get any reply but hurt.
我来了之后，我又上访回去接回去，把我拘留了10天，过了年农历的正月初5，才把我放回来。
After detention, this old man persisted, but before start off, he was beaten by people from local government again.
我实话跟你说吧，我这一会儿来了，我不想活着了。
我说过，我这身残疾给我带来一些痛苦，可能是正常人难以想象的。但是你，尤其是你政府官方，你在人为的给我制造一些磨难和痛苦。我要问一个为什么？你凭啥？
When I asked Cui about accommodation in Beijing, he told me that the motorcycle was his home. He drove his motorcycle to an underground passage nearby every night because this place sheltered him from winds and rains.
这我就是在车里头就住了，这就是我的家。把这个这样式的，把这个板扛上，完了就是把这就铺上。 就是上去躺下就可以了，就睡觉了，这样就能睡觉了，就能伸开腿了。只要能活着就行，我这一切条件都无所谓了。
For many other petitioners who don't have a motorcycle like Cui and cannot afford renting in Beijing, they have to live in the open. I saw such a group of petitioners under the Beijing Yongdingmen Bridge who live in the open all year round. There is no bed, water, and electricity there. Even the food is collected from rubbish heaps. And many of these petitioners are over 70 years old.
76，这个83，我75，这76。
This place cannot shield them from winds and rains. Living in the open cannot help them to avoid those personnel from city management. Last week, this 73-year-old man encountered several personnel who robbed all his materials for petition and his money. Though they treat this place as their temporary residence, they miss their home all the time.
你瞅瞅我这身体后边状况，都不管你怎么想，没事儿。我这样做呢，也是给孩子起到一个榜样作用。 我当时拆迁的时候，我想跟政府干了，就是说呢，他拆我房子，我要拿刀劈了你。我之所以没有呢，因为我儿子跟着我去的。我儿子说：“爸，咱们不能没有一个完整的家。”就这句话打动了我。
我想着想，我家这个孩子也没生活费，我能不想吗？叫人家看着，我也现在真是我咋？
Even though they have no residence to live and are separated from families, they will never compromise. What they really want from the bottom of heart is the statement, the truth, and justice.
我当最高咱领导执法部门做一个公平正义的答复，我就心满意足了。
我那时候能动弹，就是爬也能爬到北京，为啥不出来搏一搏呢？去讨个说法啊！ 什么东西也不要，我就要你给我一个说法啊！通过我的努力，让我们生活更美好一点，让我的国家生活这个土地上的人们更强大一点，不受欺负，不受凌辱，我就感到高兴了。等待吧。
When asked about the future plan, Cui Weiguo used what he rode on his motorcycle as the answer. A disabled man go around the world with one motorcycle.
没准儿我要走，没准儿我还想走出国，上港澳台那一带溜达，心中野了，四海为家，哪块黄土都没人。